Good evening, Sam. Welcome to another scene in Bianca's beautiful pleasure palace. This scene will include three kindred: Bianca herself, Isabel Murphy, and Adam Fitzpatrick. I'm going to make this really easy. Isabel and Bianca are in the private room, and Bianca's school, Miranda, just let Adam in through the back door. And that's where this scene and my amazing flashback roll will begin.
Yes, Isabel is in the private room on a break from clients, as she is always here on Fridays and Saturday nights. And she's probably sitting on the same couch as Bianca, I'm sure.
If she wants, she can be. Bianca's not against such thing.
And tonight she's dressed up in a schoolgirl outfit. Short skirt, a standard Catholic schoolgirl, button up, but a slutty version of it.
Mr. Adam Fitzpatrick, who is also dressed in a very short, slutty schoolgirl outfit. Well, joking. And Mr. Adam Fitzpatrick enters through the back as he's kindly helped by their ghoul, Miranda. He's just wearing, he's dressed fairly casually. He's wearing a hoodie, he's wearing, tracksuit bottoms and some jeans, kind of baddie clothes to hide his, well, him being an Nosferatu to some degree. As he walks in, he'll just give both of the ladies a smile, or what passes for one among a Nosferatu. Good evening, ladies. Glad I could join you tonight.
Good evening, Adam. How are you?
Not bad. How are you, my dear? Looks like you're having a busy night tonight.
She smiles. Yeah, you could say that.
Yeah. Adam just kind of makes himself comfortable and sits down. Well, I'm glad to see you're both okay after, well, the other night. I was concerned for both of you.
Bianca raises an eyebrow, curious about what he's referring to.
I'm just kind of, well, as I said, like, at the Burroughs restaurant the other night.
Oh, right. No, I wasn't concerned about that. It's mostly just a headache at this point.
Well, if you ever have need of security or anything, feel free to ask me. I heard word on the grapevine that you might be in the market for a little security, especially from our conversation the last time I was here.
Yes, I offered you a job, and you haven't come by to accept it.
Well, that's why I came back now, just to discuss terms, as it were. And, well, just enjoy your company and let's do a few things. I was thinking that, well, instead of coming round myself and, doing security, I'd handle the back door some nights, but, obviously because of a masquerade, it's probably not the best idea for me to be around all the time. I was thinking of getting a group of boys around and just, letting them sort things out. I might need a little help to do this, but...
When you say a group of boys...
Well, I was thinking of getting a bunch of lads and, well, managing the security, but having them do most of the grunt work. As I said, I can't really be seen. And I wouldn't want your club to fall in repute with such, well, beauties here. and his eyes just kind of linger on Isabel awkwardly for a minute, unsure what to kind of make of the whole situation. While he's trying to make sort of a backroom deal.
Isabel doesn't seem to be bothered. And Bianca probably doesn't either. Bianca and Isabel trust each other.
Yeah.
So.
Yes, well, the reason I wanted you to work was in particular to watch the back door because, well, nobody but Magul, myself, and Kindred come back here.
Well, what I'm thinking about is this. I'll guard the back door whenever you're having any Kindred functions here. And I'll try and get a couple of boys or something on payroll to just be around if there's any trouble that I can't handle alone, or that I can't be seen handling. If I need someone to be dragged to the back of the alley and I need to clop him around the back of the head, then that's as good as any reason.
However you decide to deal with your work, I suppose is up to you. Just remember, the masquerade comes first.
Exactly, which is why, well, I've also heard on a grapevine you might be on the lookout for cameras at the minute.
So I see you've been talking to Edwin.
Yeah, well, he didn't give me specifics, but he just said he might be looking for a bit of security. It's why I came round. I was concerned.
Bianca chuckles.
But I'd be happy to do you that favor. I mean, as much as I hate to discuss this, I mean, what would you suggest as well? Payment, as it were.
Well, let's see. The cameras are not for security purposes. They're for maintaining good information.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm very disappointed in him because it's taken him months to get to the point where he even had a list of what I needed to order. I was hoping to have had this done almost 2 months ago.
Well, these past few nights have been fairly wild. How about this? We'll just, well, it's up to you, my dear. We can either just call it a trivial boon, or what I was thinking was that, well, in return, I could have access to anyone I needed from here, and, well, any information that might pass through the club, obviously. And I might be able, to push any trade or anything through if I need to. Of course, that's up to you, my dear, but
let's see. For security, I was planning on paying you $100 a night, seeing as you'd only be working 4 hours, usually at best. Figure that's more than fair.
Well, I don't know, it's just, well, when you're part of my family, money's useful, but it's not something I can really work with personally. I don't like to deal in money. What else would you suggest?
Give him free access to my club to take whoever you want. It's not necessarily the best thing for business either. Who knows what'll happen if somebody sees too much with you.
Well, that's why I'm setting up for security in the first place, just to make sure there aren't any accidents or anything. No.
Well, I have security for the rest of the club. It was specifically just an individual in the back that I can trust, who's not going to freak out when somebody...
Well, how about
not
this?
so pretty shit.
I remembered last time you said you could get an apartment set up for me. How about this? If you could get that set up for me and just, as I said, get me some access, that'd be probably the easiest solution for both of us. And well, it'll put less pressure on us in the long run. I mean, I do want to ensure our clan's been close for a long time, and I see no reason for that to stop, you know? I want that to continue.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. I'd hate to think that you're trying to end the relationship our clans have all on your own.
No,
That
no,
would not
no.
look good for you.
No, not at all, but, well, is that a deal, or?
I can get you the apartment fairly simply.
Well,
Basement. Try and make sure they have a large enough door for you.
well, that worked well for me. That and, well, free access to the club, info, anything I need, I'd be more than happy to accept. I always enjoy the company here. It's rather refreshing.
I will give you whatever access I can to the club when it's reasonable.
Well, that's understandable. I'll send a message through. If I can get a secure mobile phone sorted, I'll give you my number, and if anything happens, I'll be around.
Wonderful.
Now, enough about business. How have the past few nights been for you?
Pretty quiet myself.
Pretty quiet. Well, you didn't hear about the events the other night.
What events?
Well, I thought you might have been told. Said I'll tell you as a favour. Basically, we were at Club Gemini at Annabelle's. Charming hostess as always. When one of them Malkavians, I think her name is, red-headed girl, she came in talking about how she'd seen a load of stray dogs and things in the streets, fully drained. Me and a couple of other kindred who were there, we offered to help out, and we found what we believed to be a shovel head, but we don't, not that I know what that is, but you know, we found someone who was embraced, had no bloody clue who he was. From Portland, actually. He's going to wait and see how you react. Is my thing working?
At the mention of Shovelhead, Bianca visibly tenses.
Yeah, the look on Isabel's face changes from her pleasant, happy self to a mix of anger and concern, and almost I don't know how to put it. It's like she knew that something like this was going to happen, you know. So just, yeah, her expression visibly changes, and
yeah.
Are you sure that's what it was?
Well, can't confirm myself. All I saw was one of us out of control. That's all I saw with my own two eyes. But that's generally what people think is going on.
All right. And
as I said,
did this person get away?
No. The hounds have him.
All right.
I mean, that's all I was there to see. I was just doing a lot of the investigative work myself, but I thought since, well, we talked about it last time we saw each other, and I thought you'd probably like to hear.
Yes.
Well, it's okay, sweetheart. Well, obviously there's a need to worry, but now you've got me to look after you, and you've got, friends.
Oh, I'm not worried about that. I'm a war hero.
Mhm.
I fought plenty of these things, but I knew that the threat wasn't gone.
Mhm.
The Priscus is still out there.
Priscus?
Yes, that is it's like the Sabbat equivalent to the Prince,
Mhm.
kind of. It's not quite exactly the same, but
I put it
very.
a bit higher, closer to a Justicar.
Well,
Okay.
whatever's going on, it's very worrying.
So our previous Prince met final death driving her out of our city, but she's alive, which means she could come regroup and come back at any time. So, and seeing people become complacent over the last couple of years really has me concerned, because if we grow complacent as a society, we are an easy target.
Well,
I'd be willing to bet that's how they got in the first place.
Exactly.
well,
Exactly. And the
that's-
gangrel didn't do their jobs.
well, that's why lately I've been trying to make sure that ties are strong with the gangrel at the minute, And I'd like the same for our clans as well. I feel something's about to go down. No. Adam's going to pause for a second. He kind of looks unsure whether to ask you or tell you something.
I'm gonna roll perception empathy then to see
Yeah.
if.
That would be a difficulty 6.
Oh yeah. 4 for me because I have acute vision.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think it's perception. Yeah, 5. Roll 2 successes.
Yeah, that's fine.
Seeing this look like he wants to say something but isn't sure if he should, Isabel's gonna soften her expression and give him a look. You can say anything you want to us,
Well,
Adam. It's okay. It's just we've been through this before, and we'd rather not see our city go through it again. We would like to have you not have to go through what we did when we were very young.
I know. Well, there's something I wanted to ask, but I'm not quite well, I'll tell you because we're friends. I was talking to Annabelle the other night, and she was asking me if, I knew anything about the Giovanni. I don't know who they are, but she was. Apparently, rumours are flying that they're around at the minute. Yes.
Oh, they're always around. They have their own little territory outside of the city.
Who are they?
They
Out in Whitney.
And they are.
well, they're Kindred. As far as I know, they aren't part of the Camarilla, but they do business with us when it's beneficial for them. They remained fairly neutral during the war, but anytime the Sabbat came making ruckus in their territory, they did them in. As from what I understand, one of the bigger packs decided to try and make their home in Giovanni territory, and it didn't work out well for them. Uh, but I wouldn't trust one as far as you can throw him.
And why is that?
Because they're no better than the Ventry when it comes to business. They're only in it for themselves when it's beneficial for them, so just be careful.
Well, I'll probably have to ask around sometime.
You usually see one of their representatives when we have Elysiums. It's still Hamish, isn't it?
I believe so. I haven't heard it changing. He's the most recent one that I've seen showing up, so yeah.
Well-dressed fella. Usually has one of those massive beards that hipster like.
Well, said. Interesting, I'll have to look into it myself. But thank you for letting me know. I still forget how young I am. Now people throwing all these names and things around, and well, and go for you.
How long has it been for you, Adam?
Well, about 3 months. About 3 months now. Just before my birthday, in fact.
So, when we first met you, you weren't... Wow. No wonder you were so easy to make frenzy.
Well, I believe Miss Val and I have put that in the past, or well, I have.
From what I know of Val, she's probably never going to let it go. Not completely, but...
Well, no, but... I know.
Just, But, I mean, I didn't mean any disrespect by that. It's just,
No.
when you're very new, and you don't quite have control of your beast, it's very easy to set it off. So you got to be careful in your first, even now, your first few months. It can sneak up on you when you least expect it. You know. So you got to be careful. That's all.
Why do you think I train so much?
Just explains a little bit.
Well, that's why I don't like to be complacent either, Miss Murphy.
Yes. Well, we need to. I haven't got a chance to speak with Mr. Edwin yet, but I'm gonna get on that soon. We need to look at. I'm really thinking now that if this is a shovelhead, I may inquire myself to the hounds about it. That maybe what has been going on around town is spot related.
Well, as you said before, my dear, you don't like to be complacent. I don't either. You know, if I just lose control, the beast will come. And Sabat around the city won't help either, but...
Well, just make sure that when you lose control, it's on one of them and not one of us, okay? She winks.
He's gonna chuckle. Well, I promise, and for the record, I'm sorry about what you had to go through. I mean,
it is what it is, and I'd like to prevent it from happening again. It was not a pleasant time.
Well, as I hope I've made it clear, I'm more than happy to do what I can to stop more things fucking up. So, you know, if you ever need anything or you ever, you know, want to tell someone something, don't be afraid to go and talk to old Fitz. He'll sort you out.
Old Fitz?
Well,
I wouldn't have considered you old by any stretch.
But he look old with a face like this.
Oh, it's not so bad. I've seen worse.
Does some kindred look like this on the inside? At least people know what I can do. It serves me well enough. This is just a charisma empathy to see how well Adam's doing in the conversation. He's trying to basically just make the girls feel at ease and let them know if he's a safe and reliable source of info and vice versa. No.
Isabel's completely comfortable. She's no kindred in their right mind is going to completely trust another, but
No.
as she's probably more inclined to go to you over someone else for certain things. So yeah, I would say, at least for Isabel, he's doing just fine.
You're Nosferatu. Bianca has no reason to outright distrust you, so...
Yep, I just thought I'd make the roll, because social roles. Well, that's good to know. And maybe I'll come visit you by your gym sometime.
You do that. Just so you know, if on Fridays and Saturdays I'm here and not there. If you go there after 10 o'clock on a Friday or Saturday night, it'll be closed. And I'm not there on Wednesdays either, usually. But other than that, you can find me either here or there. And if you're having trouble finding me, just drop Bianca a note. She knows how to get a hold of me.
Yes, well.
And I think I've given you my phone number before, so if you can get to a payphone or whatever. Or get yourself a cell phone.
Each of us one. I will. It's just, well, Meinhof's not really into spending money on things.
You can get prepaid phones for like $10. They're not that expensive. You just put minutes on when you need it.
How about when you start working, I'll include a cell phone for you.
Well,
see, there you go. Problem solved. And Isabel smiles really wide. Like, even though she didn't do anything, she's going to act like she accomplished something.
That's more than generous of you, and if you can get the basement set up soon, it'd be much appreciated. I'm thinking of getting my own thing going on there, much like what you have going, Isabel.
Ooh, really?
Yes, well, it'll give me something to do these nights. Apart from,
I think I do remember you telling me, and I still need to look into that equipment for you.
Yes, well, I already received a couple of bits and pieces, and they seem to be working just fine. But,
all right. Well, I'll still look and see what we have.
That's much appreciated. You'll have to come and test it out. Give me another lesson sometime. Kicked ass back there.
Yes, and if we're in for something that I think we are, we're going to need all the training that we can get. So, wouldn't be a bad thing.
Most definitely. Sounds like everyone might be going into the woods sometime soon, in fact.
Oh?
Well, that's the gist I'm getting. After...
Well, count me in on that, because I'm curious about what's going on in there.
Well, as I said, if you ever need any company or hear anything out about it, just let me know.
There's spiders. Definitely spiders. I've seen those.
But spiders?
Isabel looks at Bianca. I'm guessing I'm going to need to dust off my sword.
Oh, yes. And it's very big.
Wait, there are spiders, like normal spiders, or like...
Big enough that they made the whole section of the forest one giant cobweb, and It was big enough that I could see it in the trees from quite a distance.
Isabel
Well,
tenses up and looks very, not quite terrified, but she's very uncomfortable at that thought because spider phobia.
mhm.
I can tell you where it's at, too, when you're ready.
Well, even
Well,
though
just think.
spiders aren't usually my thing, I still want to help. And she's kind of like looking off to one side as she's saying this.
Just think of it this way: with a blade, spiders have like 6, 8 fucking eyes, don't they? Just jab it in the eye.
Right. Well, my sword hasn't seen blood for a while, so she's probably getting mighty thirsty.
As I said, if you hear anything else or decide to venture in, just let me know. And if anyone else wants to know, just let them know I'm looking into it. I like to try and help out when I can. There's so few of my family around these nights, and I like to make sure we're doing good work.
Glad to hear it. Don't you have another client to get to, my dear?
Oh, shoot. She looks at the clock. Yes, I do. I better get going. It was a pleasure seeing you again, Adam, and I hope to see you again soon, and we'll get all this stuff sorted out. And she gives Bianca a kiss on the cheek before leaving to go to her client.
Yeah. Adam's gonna also stand up to leave. Well, Miss Bianca, thank you for the pleasure.
You're welcome, my dear.
As soon as I figure out a way you can talk to me or you sort out the cell phone, we'll sort business out together, see what I can do. And
Very well.
for the record, I'm glad your friend's alive. And he just kind of stands up and motions to leave.
She nods and lets you go.
Yep. Then Adam's gonna head straight home.
Then that's where this scene will end. Hope you enjoyed. Good night.